What's up, y'all? We are back with another video. What type of video? A GTA 6 video. But before we get started, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps. And make sure you're subscribed. I mean, why not? You guys, I just seen in my analytics that 97.8% of y'all that watch my videos are not subscribed. Why is that, man? It only takes, 1 second to subscribe, guys. I mean, it doesn't cost. Just subscribe, man. It helps. Definitely, man. Appreciate y'all. But to get into it, I want to talk about some GTA 6. And to get into it, we heard basically some leaks out there, potential leaks, that we'll be getting a GTA 6 trailer in May, guys. In May, just to, get into it a little bit, because Rockstar wants to do that because they want to, deal with their quarterly earnings and everything, and it just makes sense. So probably very, very soon, sooner than we know, they're saying from the leak that we're going to be getting, the GTA 6 trailer in May. Now, this definitely makes sense because of the quarterly earnings thing. We just got to, sit and just wait, be patient, and look out. But overall, once we get that trailer, I'm going to be covering it here and breaking it down to nothing. But to get into it, I want to talk about the map and everything. This takes place in Miami and stuff like that, some of the gameplay. But to get into it, we've already seen, the potential leaks of the map and the dimensions of it and, everything. I think that they definitely need to go into every little detail of Miami, every corner, every street, especially like even in the hood part of it, like the ghetto part of Miami. I think that's the part that I'm excited to see because, in Miami, people are, Haitian and everything, got the wicks in their head and stuff like that. And I can't wait to see how they kind of capture that look with the nightclubs and the cars and people hanging out outside. One thing I didn't used to like, for real, was the nightlife in GTA 5, especially like in real life, like where I stay. You go outside, that's where, all the people are hanging out, sitting on cars, music booming, people in and out the bodegas and stuff like that. I think they need to capture it in Miami because Miami definitely has that feel where people don't sleep in Miami. Literally, they don't sleep. It's colorful, a lot of lights. It should not be no quiet streets when you're driving how it was in Los Santos. I did not like that. That wasn't accurate to me just because, LA and stuff like that has a lot of nightlife. So you will go and drive on a strip and it'll be like low-key dead. Like it won't be, you'll see a couple pedestrians walking and stuff like that, NPCs. But I feel like Miami, they definitely need to capture that or it's going to fail. I'm going to just be honest. If they don't capture that nightlife in Miami, that's a big part of just the map and the gameplay in general. It's going to fail. Especially in like the hoods, you need people sitting on cars. You need music playing. You just need people just posted up. And it needs to be to the point, I feel this also because Miami is not too good of a safe place. They need to have like danger zones, like real bad danger zones where you get pressed and stuff by gang members and stuff like that because, yeah, it's definitely like that in Miami. So to get into it a little more, I definitely think, with Grove Street and everything and the Ballers, and I think they need to switch up the gangs in Miami. I'm not saying they need to, I know that it's not going to be no Ballers or no Grove Street in, Miami, but I'm saying, like, their personality, man, just them being aggressive. Like, we need more realism in this GTA, like, people getting pressed, possibly you being able to be robbed, pat down, stuff like that. Like I said in previous videos, them fighting, the fight needs to look more real or not like Mortal Kombat. It's like 1-2 kick down in the stomach. It needs to be a little bit more realer. The convos need to make sense. I think we need to get a lot of more like lines when we're talking to people and things like that. Like say for example, maybe if we're walking with Lucia down there, the guys are a little bit more aggressive because she's a pretty girl, you know what I mean, kind of trying to push up on her, and she has like a line back to him that's disrespectful. With her Jason, they're like pressing him and stuff like that, and I think it needs to just be different. I don't think everything needs to be the same. You need to see the difference in Lucia, you need to see the difference in Jason, and I think when it comes to this map, those specific areas, when it comes to the hood parts, like they definitely need to focus on them because, to be honest, a lot of people like seeing that in GTAs, like the hood, the gangs and stuff like that, and what comes from them, and yeah, I think that needs to happen. But with it being a female protagonist and a guy possibly being able to play with both, those conversations with the gang members need to be different when you're dealing with Lucia. in a guy, or even the females. Gangs got females, so maybe it's like them going back and forth as females, and then you got a guy going back and forth with a female. I think things like that, and it's all about just details. Girls like Lucia she probably snaps on one of the guys, her being a female or something like that. And Jason probably, he's like a stand-up guy or something. Who knows? That's just an example of what they need to focus on, because people start to look at things like that. Overall, I hope they capture that Haitian feel with it being in Miami, and just the real life of the nightlife on the strips and stuff by the beach, when people just walking around. Spring break actually is a big thing in Miami. Definitely, I want to know if they're going to incorporate the spring break vibes down there, where everybody walking in swimsuits and in the middle of the street, cars burning out, and they got to do that. They just have to. It's real. So one thing I thought about was that, okay, this is in Miami, right? A big thing in Miami is spring break. What if we get the release of GTA 6 next year in the spring? They switch it up because it fits. GTA in the spring, bro. I can see that happening just because of Miami being, it's great weather down there, and it's a lot of stuff goes on in Miami when spring break hits. I can see it being like on some April-ish stuff, it being released. I said in my previous video, maybe they'll aim for like October. That's what they're usually doing, Rockstar, but who knows? Something else I want to talk about real quick is Lucia and Jason. I touched on what I think their story could possibly be with the Bonnie and Clyde aspect. But what if, guys, okay, we saw that Lucia is going to actually possibly just get released on good behavior when she's talking to maybe like the lady in the room that she possibly puts Lucia on parole. What if Jason's the reason Lucia gets in trouble again? What if he actually pulls her into trouble? Overall, I can see that, like, she gets out, try to do good, and she meets Jason, and he's connected with some like gang members or some type of guy that is very dangerous, and he brings Lucia in for help because Lucia's probably like, I'm no stranger to this, I can help you. Boom. And Lucia gets caught up in Jason's shit, and that's why they have that moment on the bed when she's like, trust, and he's like, trust. I think it's going to be something like that, where possibly Lucia gets in trouble and Jason has to help her, or Jason gets in trouble and Lucia has to help him. Either way, they got to stick by each other's side to get through all this crazy shit, whatever they're in. And Lucia doesn't want to go back to prison, obviously. And I don't know why. I think the ending is going to be very difficult. Like, I think you're going to have to choose. I heard that out there in the GTA community, that maybe you're gonna have to choose between Lucia and Jason. Like they might be lovey-dovey through the whole game. You're fucking with both of their relationships and with each other, and I think at the end you might have to choose. That would be insane. But overall, like I said, focus on that map, Rockstar. Make sure the gangs and stuff are accurate. Just the whole nightlife. I'm gonna be mad, man, if that nightlife is not captured right for Miami like they did in Los Santos. Los Santos nightlife, to me, it wasn't accurate. But comment down below what you guys think about everything I just talked about. Unfortunately, it's the end of the video. And yeah, hit me up over on my Instagram at I Like Gaming, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Until next time.